You've said it in the past. You were good friends with Akeem by Boss Man. You worked well with him as a manager, but on the outside of the ring, I guess you wouldn't travel with him because I guess he had a bit of a different lifestyle than Akeem and you guys had on the road.
Yeah, and I need to explain that. I did a interview once with an independent guy, and Boss Man and myself, either one, were no longer in the WWE at that time, and so WWE at that time, and so they were talking about doing something with us, and asked me to heal it. So that's what I did. I did not have a personal, I want to make sure everybody hears that. I did not have a personal dislike for the big boss man. We got along fine in terms of our interactions with each other. Now, from a personal perspective relative to our individual lifestyles, we were altogether different. So he he didn't travel with me and I didn't travel with him because he was going to do had different activities that he was going to do in a town when we got there, and I had activities of staying in my room all day watching TV until time to go to the show, or going to the movies, or going bowling because I went bowling every day on the road. But so other than that, that's the only reason why. But the gang and I, we had everything in common. We were family men. We want to talk to our wives. We want to talk to our kids. We want to go eat. We want to get some rest. We didn't smoke. We didn't drink. We didn't do any of those things. And so that's how that is. I want people to understand that.
Of course, the big feud with the Twin Towers was with the Mega Powers. You were part of when the Mega Powers exploded. Any memories of that feud and being part of that legendary angle?
When you have had the opportunity to be on the same card, a card that will live in history, will live in, will survive history, that the historians will bring up and talk about, like you're bringing it up now, then that has got to be the highlight, one of the highlights of your careers, to work with Elizabeth, to work with Macho Man, to work with Hulk Hogan, to work with Big Boss Man, the One Man Gang, your own Saturday night main event, to have had the opportunity to have had the opportunity to meet Dick Ebersol. Uh, Man, you just can't beat it. I've had some highs in my life that I would never forget and that I would treasure and cherish throughout the duration of my sojourn on this earth.
That match with the Twin Powers and the Mega Powers from Saturday Night Main Event is actually the first wrestling match I ever saw, and that's what made me a wrestling fan. And they couldn't have done it without you guys.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. That makes it even more rewarding is when someone like you or some fan comes and says, you made my childhood, you brought me joy, you were a great entertainer, then I really appreciate that.
Akeem told us when I interviewed him that he thinks WWE dropped the ball by turning Boss Man babyface rather than Akeem because the crowd was all doing the Jive Soul Bro dance, and he feels that they would have naturally gone with him if you had managed him as a babyface. What's your opinion on that opinion of Akeem's?
George and I have had that, man, we've had that discussion countless number of times throughout our post careers. And I don't know why they did it. If you remember, they knocked Akeem out of it altogether and put Ted DiBiase in there. And that was so unfortunate and unfair because we're the ones that did the angle with Boss Man, and so it was so unfair. And I truly believe that the Akeem gimmick was a babyface gimmick. You know, the fans would get into the jive soul bro dance and everything. We could have been on the same level the Junkyard Dog was on with his dance and with his song. And I don't know. And only thing I can say, but again, this is hypothetical and even somewhat rhetorical. It has to go back to when he asked for the time off. That's what I think. I'll go to my grave believing they were afraid. They were afraid to put him in a big angle again. I don't know. I don't know.
It seems like they didn't even have the blow-off feud they could have had with that. I don't even remember the match, to be honest, and it should have been something huge.
There was none. We did the WrestleMania one match, and that was it. They took him out and put Ted DiBiase in.
And before we wrap up on those guys, I have to ask you about the Arsenio Hall appearance. That was the big show at the time, and they had you and Akeem and the Boss Man on there, and I just rewatched it last night. That was hilarious. How much of that was planned?
None of it. Everything was impromptu. Yeah, impromptu. Everything. We didn't discuss anything. We didn't talk about anything. We didn't know what he was going to say, and he didn't know what we were going to say. We didn't get to talk to him before the show started or anything.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.